Hi, I'm Jay Douglas.
And I'm Paris Peralt.
And in part 3 of our 5-part series on writing the SAT essay, we're going to take a look at supporting or coming up with support points for your thesis statement. So Paris, let's recap. What was your thesis statement that we developed in part number 2? Or you developed in part number 2?
Deceit can be justified if it's for the greater good.
Okay, good. So we're going to talk about the idea that it's okay to lie if there's a good reason for it. How would you support that?
By giving examples.
Okay. Could you be a little more vague?
Yes, I can.
Let's take your thesis statement. What kind of examples would you use?
I guess I could use an example from maybe my life.
Okay. Give me a for instance.
Like, for instance, my parents lied to me when I was little, when they told me that Santa Claus existed.
Okay, a typical parental thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really good example. Not just because it's from your life, but it certainly supports your thesis statement that it's okay to lie if the circumstances are right. I'm sure your parents weren't doing this because they wanted to
traumatize
you, send you to therapy.
Right.
Okay, good. Now, in an SAT essay, usually 3 support points work well. Sometimes 2, sometimes 4. Okay. But 3 is a good number to shoot for. But if you're going to shoot for 3 support points, you don't want to pick the first 3 that come to mind because that doesn't give you any wiggle room.
Okay.
So come up with a whole bunch.
Okay. Just write down a list?
Or maybe I'm being a little unfair. Let me give you a little hint.
Okay.
Here's a little mnemonic that you can use. We'll put up a graphic. I love YouTube because you can put up graphics. Here's a little graphic that you can use to remember where to get support point ideas from. When you're coming up with support point ideas, it's good to take a trip down memory lane. Okay, here's why. M, movies. Think of movies that you've seen. There may be lessons in them that you can apply to your thesis topic. Events, things that you've attended, concerts, lectures, where you may have learned something, or just going to the event may have taught you a lesson that you can apply in this case. And music, lyrics for music, places that you've heard music, songs that you remember that mean something to you. Online, Facebook, Twitter, websites you've gone to, blogs that you've read. R is for your relatives, things that you may have learned from your parents, like in this case, Santa Claus. Aunts and uncles, grandparents. Y is for your friends. I know I cheated a bit there, but there's no F in memory. Again, same sort of thing. Lessons that you may have learned from your friends. L is for library. Think of the books you've read, whether they're at the public library or the school library, or they may be textbooks or books that you've read for enjoyment. Activities you've participated in, your extracurricular activities, for example. Those are often wonderful places to learn lessons or to pick up information that, again, can be useful in supporting your essay. N, news, newspapers, magazines, television news, radio, any place that you might get news from, a news article, an event that proves or helps to support your point. And E is for email, messages that you've gotten from people that you correspond with that, again, that you can bring in to use to support your thesis statement. So let's have you take a trip down memory lane and just come up with as many support points as you can for this idea that it's okay to be deceitful.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you. You have 2 minutes. Go. And time. So how did you do?
Good. I got a few.
What's a few? How many do you have there?
Maybe 8 or 9, it looks like.
That's great. I usually think that somewhere between 8 and 10 is a good number because you'll be able to find 3 good support points in that.
Okay.
So let's see what you did.
Okay. My first one, I had a friend in high school that told me that she had an eating disorder, and that was a secret that she told me, and I deceived her by telling our choir teacher to hopefully get her help.
Oh, okay, good. So you're using your friends as an example. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent.
My second one is I have the Hunger Games, The main character, Katniss, fakes a relationship with her partner in order to kind of save their lives.
Okay. Okay. Support point for the movies. Excellent.
Yeah. My third one is poker or like card games. The point is to lie to hopefully win or to like trick.
You know way too much about poker.
But not enough if I don't know what I'm saying.
But that is an excellent example and very unique. Good choice.
My next one, I have Santa Claus. My parents, when I was little, obviously tell you that Santa Claus exists in order to keep the spirit of Christmas. So
and there's one from your relatives, bringing in your relatives.
Yeah. I have the movie Carnage, which I watched recently. Both sets of parents in the movie deceive each other in order to protect their children.
Okay, good. Another one from the movies. And by the way, that's fine. There's no rule, there's no law that you can't use multiple support points or support points from the same area. They could all be from the movies if that's what you found you could write the best on.
And the SAT people are not going to check the movies.
The SAT people are not going to check the movies. Facts in an SAT essay, facts don't count. So you can probably make up a movie. I'm not saying you didn't hear it here, and I'll deny it, but you probably could make up a movie and get away with it on an SAT essay.
Okay. I also have another Hunger Games one. Mm-hmm. I've just read the book, so it's on my mind.
That's okay. Okay, so here's you've got books and movies, and you could again use the same 3 examples from the same book or the same movie if that would make your essay the strongest essay you could write. Not to worry.
Perfect. So in the story, the main character lies to her partner. And tranquilizes him in order to get medicine to make him better.
Okay.
So that's saving his life. And lastly, I have a play that I recently read. The mother lies to her children to protect them from the truth of what happened to their father.
Oh, good. So there is an area that combines family with fantasy, with fictional world.
Right.
Those are terrific. And there's certainly enough there to work with for writing your essay. What I want you to do is, without thinking too much about this, I want you to just circle your 3 favorites, the 3 that maybe you think would make the best essay that you could write, and do it in a hurry without going into too much thought. Go ahead, quick as you can. Good. And which ones are they?
I picked my friend in high school that had an eating disorder. Mm-hmm. I picked Santa Claus. And the Hunger Games, the medicine that was taken. Okay, good. You've chosen a representative from different sources, family and movies and your friends, and we're ready to go. So in part 3 of our no, it's not part 3, is it? No, it's part 4. What's a good thing this is not the math SAT instruction. In part 4 of our 5-part series, we'll look at turning your 3 support point ideas into the body of your essay. When it's time to begin work on your college application personal statement, you'll find lots of help in my book, Everything You Need to Write Great Essays You Can Learn from Watching Movies. And no, I'm not kidding about that. Or find me on Facebook at J. Douglas Author. Follow me on Twitter at Paging Dr. Doug. Or contact me directly through my website, www.pagingdrdoug.com/contact.